I'm so fucking tired.
Stop your bitching or get out of here.
Hey.
Wow.
Jeez.
Welcome back to Life is Strange 2. Last time, we started to get to know these people that we are living with in this place that we are living. And Daniel is at the lake with Finn.
Water's kind of rare around here. Everything goes into the plantations.
Plantations implies a lot. I go adjusting my volume and suddenly...
I think you forgot something, Sean. You gonna make some more coffee, right?
I did that! I did that last time.
Oh,
Apparently I didn't save.
sorry. My bad.
Yeah. Not your coffee, boy. We share. Always.
These trees are massive.
What the fuck, man? You're awesome. Come on, once again.
Yes! I fucking rule!
Holy shit, that was dope.
What's up, guys? Morning target practice?
6 bullseyes in a row. Kid is a fucking ninja. Hey, we didn't want to wake your sleepy ass up.
Yeah. Thank you for that. You okay, Daniel?
Hey,
Seriously, I've never seen anyone throw like that.
Well, maybe because he's using his powers, but we can't openly talk about that. This is a weird question, but at what age is it appropriate to teach a kid to throw knives? I think it's one thing to teach like the safety aspects. It's kind of like gun safety. Like it's one thing to teach like to respect these things and like the safety aspects. It's another thing I think to kind of teach them to use it. And this is something that I think is subjective, and like different people will probably have different answers. But I don't know. I don't know. This feels like a weird thing to me. It feels like it's a slightly different situation though, because these kids are on the run. These kids are living on their own. So like, could this be practical? Potentially. Too young for blades or 6 bullseyes, really? Ooh, I feel like saying too young. Oh!
Daniel, I told you about playing with knives. You're too young. You know the rules, dude.
don't stress, man.
Daniel!
What?
Hey, wow. What's up with you two? I should have let you know, but I'm watching him like a hawk. Seriously, much respect. He's like my own blood. And not that I'm as hot or cool as his big bro. Yo, Sean, idea. I want to see if Daniel inherited the family blade skills from you. How about a little demo?
He can't do it.
Come on, let's give the man a chance.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take a shot.
If Daniel is saying he can't do it, doesn't that imply that Daniel, like, used the powers? Like, he knows that we would miss? It also feels like the longer we go on this game, as a result of my choices, I want to own that there's more of a rift between these characters, like between Daniel and Sean, right? Because we said, like, I don't think the blades are a great idea. And granted, there were probably nicer ways to say that, different ways to go about that, but the game kind of forces you to choose one thing or the other. But it feels like Daniel's response is pretty much like, screw you. So it doesn't feel like it's the same feeling like it's us against the world like it used to be in the very beginning. And it makes me wonder if that's the result of what happened with Chris. As though, like, Daniel's just blaming us for things repeatedly. Like, no matter what happens, our choices mean that Daniel is blaming us for things, so he's less likely to almost, like, want to side with us. This is kind of the feeling that I got. Oh, I don't know how to aim this. Trigger to try to stabilize your aim. Wait for the perfect alignment. Oh, and then I just release the button to throw? Nope.
Oh, Sean. Hold your right arm. Yeah. More like this. Better alignment. Better aim.
He just sucks at this.
Dude, what's wrong with you?
So it went from, like, in the very beginning, like, so you think of the skipping stones part where we were the ones, like, teaching Daniel something. And there was that feeling of camaraderie, not with that particular example, but in that area of the game, right? It was this feeling of, like, we're in this together. And now Daniel's just, like, almost insulting Sean. It's a very different emotional feeling here. The more we progress, and I guess the more choices that we make, because I think that this, because the game is so reliant on our choices, I think this is a result of the choices that we've made. Do we know what choices? I don't fucking know. Okay, so left trigger does like this, and then right trigger is the full-on throw. I thought right trigger was like to get the process started.
Let's show the kid what's what. Come on, sweetie, one more time. I know you can do it.
There's a part of me that's always
Ease
going to
in,
wonder
Sean. That's the secret.
how much Daniel could be impacting this. That
Oh,
was
fuck
Daniel.
that!
Miss, see, I rule.
Sorry.
And see, Daniel took joy in that. He messed it up. Like, full on messed it up. And then he laughed at, like, he took joy at someone else's misery, I guess you could say. That to me doesn't feel great.
Sean, you're not a ninja, but you're still cool. Just ask your brother for help next time.
Yeah. What would I do without him?
Hey, don't look at me. It's not my fault if you can't throw.
Woo! After that workout, I need some more fucking Java.
Wait! Don't go yet.
It's all good, Daniel. We can practice later, if it's cool with Big Brother. Love you, man.
What now?
This feels like Daniel wants to connect, right? Like Daniel sees Finn as being really cool. So it's like, I want to hang out with Finn. I think he's awesome. I want to hang out with him. I want to make connections with him. I want to connect to someone who's not my brother, which is kind of what Sean's been talking about too, which is fair. But then Sean also, like at this point, because of this like disconnect, but just like in general, if you are the father role in this situation, you're now in this situation where you have to decide, how do you discipline someone with powers, especially when you do not have powers yourself? How do you do that? These are not discussions that we have in the real world because this doesn't come up. I don't know. But that's exactly what it is, right? Because if Daniel just continues to do whatever he wants to do, how much will he have? How much will he like learn all these lessons that like inherently we try to teach children, hopefully in like a loving and gentle way? I don't know if we can. Think that's funny or you cheated? I think the question is better than a full-on accusation.
You think that shit is funny?
What shit?
Stop acting stupid. You're pushing it, Daniel. You made me miss. In front of Finn. What if he finds out, huh? What then?
I'm not stupid. He won't find out.
You don't know that. You're gonna get busted, Enano. You need to listen to me.
Stop calling me that. I hate it.
Daniel,
Ow.
don't...
Why? See?
Stop, Daniel. Now.
Or what?
I said stop, Daniel.
Don't grab me!
How do you provide consequences? How do you discipline a kid who, in this way, is more powerful than you? And he's saying he doesn't want to be called, like this nickname that they've had from the very beginning. this idea that like that doesn't mean as much to me, almost like he wants very much to create this disconnect from this sense of family identity that they have had for a very long time. And it's like, I want to be myself now. I want to create my own path in the world, which is very much a thing that we do when we, I don't know, become a teenager, all that stuff. And like, that is very much a thing. But we have that combined with the fact that Daniel consistently has said it's less of, I am not going to use my powers. It's more of, I just won't get caught, right? So that kind of sneakiness mixed with like, I want to figure out who I am and I want to connect with people and all this other stuff. Plus the fact like, how is Sean supposed to discipline this stuff? And potentially telling Daniel to not use his powers is a big part of the choices that have kind of created some of this too. You know, that's my instinct, this idea of like, this is how we don't get caught, but maybe that has caused this disconnect. And now Daniel has lashed out at his brother. And the way that kids do, because they don't realize that their actions have consequences. And now he's seeing the consequences literally right in front of him. And it's like, oh shit, I can't take that back. But it's hard to tell, though, if that's enough to make us change, whether that's enough to like really have it sink in, or whether we see that as like a singular incident.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be that hard.
I'm okay. It's fine.
I don't know if having it be that hard is the issue, though.
You're good.
I think it's more the fact that he lashed out at his brother.
Yet.
Yeah, but we stopped training since we got here. You'd rather hang out with your new friends.
Well, so would you.
Because we need to fit in if we want to keep that job, okay? But you're right. Let's, do some training later today. Cool?
Yeah. Let's go by the lake again. But, Sean, how long are we gonna stay here? It's been like a month.
I know, but we need more money to get to Puerto Lobos. Remember?
It's gonna take forever. We should try and find Mom, since we have her letter now.
Not that I knew, but like I really did suspect that the mom was going to be a thing. Daniel keeps insisting, like that's Daniel's desire. Daniel's desire is to find the mom that he never really connected well with, but not for Sean. Because Sean's only options are no and no. I said no or again. I feel like again is a nicer way to say no.
We already had this conversation. Sorry, Daniel, but we can't. We don't even know where Karen really is, and we can't risk getting caught while looking for her. She's one of the reasons we're out here. That's why we're going down to Mexico.
How come I never get to choose? I'm the one with the power.
Daniel sounds like a teenager. Very much so. This idea of like, I want to push back against like the rules that adults tell me. I wonder how much Sean would relate to that. This is very much a mirror image of what we saw earlier with Sean talking to his dad. Only the difference now is that Sean's the adult. This feels like one of those moments where if we were kind of rebellious as a teenager and then suddenly we're a parent, we're like, oh, I get it now. Because, like, Sean's options are like, I'm the adult, or like, you know, I'm trying to help you, I can't remember what the other option is, but this is such a mirror image of what we saw in that kind of flashback from earlier. The difference is that Daniel is really starting to hit that point. I feel like he's a little young for that, but it could be that, like, being forced in these situations where they've had to essentially grow up very quickly has kind of forced that along. I'm the adult, or I gotta take care of you. How about I gotta take care of you?
I hear you. It's not fair, but you're my brother. And my responsibility. I have to take care of you.
I know, but I'm not gonna be a kid forever.
That's true.
Finn treats me like an adult. He understands. Uh-oh. Big Joe.
Oh, a choice here. Ask about the watch or say nothing. So this is the same watch as before with the flashback. It was like, you promised me something. You promised me that you'd hang out with me. And he's wearing it. Is he wearing it now? Is that what we're kind of noticing? This feels like very much what happens when we're teenagers, though. Except, last I knew, Daniel was still 9. But this whole idea of, like, I want to be treated like an adult. I feel like the irony of that is that I know for me at least, I was told a lot when I was a kid or a teenager and I wanted to be grown up and do adult things. It's this, like, because it's almost like I feel like I'm missing out on things when I would see it and, like, I wasn't able to do it. And I would have adults tell me, like, enjoy your time as a kid. Enjoy these things that, like, adults can't have anymore, can't do. Adults kind of wish that they could do. And I didn't believe adults when they told me that until now as an adult. I'm like, oh, it'd be really nice, like, to be able to go out and play. And, like, that was my job as a kid. Or to not have to pay taxes or pay bills, like, all of these things. But as a kid, we don't see it that way. So I think that this idea of wanting to grow up and become an adult is so understandable for a great deal of us. Ask about the watch or say nothing. I don't know the implications of this. None of these impact the power. And I don't know which one of these would impact our relationship with our brother. It would be really nice if we could, like, work on that. I guess let's ask about it. Let's, like, show that we noticed and cared. That's my hope.
Hey, you don't wear your watch anymore?
What? Oh. Nah. I put this on instead. Finn gave it to me.
Oh,
Way less
wristband.
lame. Huh?
Yeah. Hey, Daniel. Remember what I said. Low profile.
Yeah.
Okay. We're cool.
He's really grown out of his clothes. So can we do anything here? I'm sorry, did you spray paint a gun on there? Oh, we can't go over there. Oh, maybe we can go out to the lake.
Dude,
oh.
Big Joe's waiting.
But no, we can't. Sorry. In theory, we can. In practice, we can't. I mean, if we were going to end up here, regardless of what choices we made, I guess, how many powers we would have shown, then maybe keeping a super low profile, like I was kind of insistent on, wasn't that big of a deal. The whole place looks empty now. I mean, it is empty. So everybody's going off to work. I wonder what these owners will be like too. The plantation owners, Big Joe and the security guy. Sean looks like he's feeling replaced as a brother.
Mind if I sit here?
Sure.
Why so serious?
Nothing. Just thinking.
Cool. I'm always worried about my city boy.
Awfully close.
Everyone here? This isn't a fucking school bus. We're late.
So at this
You
point,
know,
I'm
I
like,
already had to use
whatever,
my knife
dude. Just
to fight.
give me more booze. You know?
Yeah.
I don't bullshit you. Some gutter punk jumped.
You're not
across,
listening to anything I say.
So I cut it.
Are you?
Yeah.
What?
Jeez,
Yes,
my
I am.
back hurts.
Cut me
The
too.
party.
Oh shit. Too much
Monkey.
sex, guys. Too much sex.
Shut up.
I was
Two
lucky.
peas in a pod, these ones.
I'll show you the battle
Oh.
scar.
He was so high last night.
You
how could
Sean
you know?
jealous?
Cool.
He's a big boy or keeping an eye. I mean, I think Sean is jealous. I think that from what we've seen of their relationship, Daniel hasn't had an opportunity in his life and like in his own development to have any friends that aren't his brother. Like, he's wanted, I guess, besides Chris, right? Chris. But Sean has always been there. He still always wanted that relationship with Sean. He didn't have a chance to like spend enough time with Chris for Sean to be jealous. So this feels like it doesn't even have to be jealousy too. It could be like mourning the loss of having that time with his brother. That could be a part of it too. Because even in all the flashbacks, it was always like Daniel still wanting to hang out with him all the time. He's a big boy keeping an eye. Keeping an eye feels more accurate.
Nah.
I know.
Just
You
keeping
be
an eye
careful
out.
with
You
knives,
know?
though,
Yeah.
Okay.
Big brother watching.
Hey, who's the knife
That's cute.
master here?
Anders, did you lock the tent?
Du var den sista personen där inne.
So,
Wrong.
how do you feel?
You went back for the lighter.
Who knew this little tree market snowflake would end up here
Helvete, jag trodde du skulle gå och hämta vatten.
with us misfits?
Like an outsider, I feel free, or turning into a dirty hippie. I'm not a fan of the dirty hippie comment. That feels like one of those negative stereotypes, right? Sean could be saying that jokingly, but we can't tell that tone before we choose a choice. Like an outsider, I feel free. Ooh. How would we feel? I think I feel free fit.
I actually feel
Watch out for this.
free. It's been a long time. Thanks to you.
I hope so.
Det är inte mitt
Finn and
fel.
me had a bet how long you would last. Okay,
Please, don't hurt me.
I lost.
Ja,
Thanks.
ja, ja.
I'm glad you did. Can't get rid of me yet.
Hey, how about shut the fuck up back there? I can't hear my music.
Wow.
Guess what? He was on his secret sat phone again this morning. Speaking Romanian and shit.
Oh no. Here it comes.
He's Agent 420. And he has a license to kush.
What's that?
Told you 1,000 times, Big Joe is a clone. They come from a factory in Silicon Valley.
Just a goon, Bigfoot, or don't be mean.
Make
So do we want to play along with this? Or squash it? Poor Daniel, what's that mean? We're not going to explain that. These are not references that we are going to explain to Daniel. I don't think that Daniel is quite old enough to be partaking when he's older. He's older. Processing all of that.
He's just the factory reject.
Oh, jeez. Let's go with Bigfoot.
Aaron got a
Let's
good
play
deal
along.
on him.
Bigfoot. Think about it. Big Joe, Bigfoot.
Whoa, you might be onto something. They both smell.
Stinky? Big Joe.
This is also a
You're
reference
all
that
in love
Daniel
with
can
Big
get.
Joe. You can't stop talking about him, I swear.
But his ass is too big.
Right on.
Come on.
Ni är roliga alltså.
He's kind of a mystery.
Hey, pipe down back there. Enjoy the scenery for a change, for fuck's sake.
Big Joe really isn't a very pleasant person. So 3 wastelands. This farm hidden out in the middle of nowhere. Kind of implies that it's before legalization.
Yeah, me too.
Let's
Because why else would you need to hide it?
Okay?
Yes. Please. And no wheat.
All right. Who's ready for another great day in the office?
Shut up.
Somebody doesn't want to be employee of the month.
I'm so fucking tired.
Stop your bitching or get out of here.
Wow.
Jeez.
Shit. Ugh. So we have Big Joe, who is like not fun. Like very easily pissed off. You can tell by how everybody joked around in the car that nobody really likes him. He's, I think the muscle doesn't have like solid relationships with anybody though. Just seems like a dick. That is a gun though. I don't know what kind of gun. That's like not my shtick, but like that's a gun, right? Like that's not a pistol. It's not a revolver. That gun means business, basically. If everything that is that a pistol on his? Okay, so it looks like he has a pistol too on his leg, and this like I don't know, semi-automatic. Don't quiz me on guns. Guns are like not my shtick. So, but like these types of guns send this signal that like you mean business. It's just like it's a different type of gun. This is a different type of message. It's almost like why would we get that type of a gun unless we mean to do a very specific thing with it? And this gives me the impression that this is before everything was legalized in California, because I think we're in California at this point. Because again, why would you need this much? First of all, I don't think you really need this much firepower. Let's say someone comes across your plantation, which is like not a, say someone comes across your farm. Do you really need that many bullets to scare someone off the farm? I don't think so. But if it was legal, I don't think you need that much firepower. I guess that's my thought. That's my impression with this idea of like, when I think of this stuff, I think that there's less need for secrecy if shit is legal. That's a lot of firepower though. That's a lot. Why do you need that much? And then he needlessly is like, well, if you're gonna do this, then like don't be here. So we have this idea of like, do we want to become the center of that attention? So if we intervene, my thought is we're gonna suddenly become the center of attention. Suddenly we're gonna be the target. Or do we do nothing? We can't like die. It's not the end of the game, right? Oh, how much am I gonna regret this choice?
Hey, come on. That's not cool.
Are you really shit-talking me, Cheech? Huh?
Forget it, Sean. Seriously. We're late.
Cheech and Chong are not references that I would expect a lot of people to get.
You're gonna get us kicked out of here.
Well, I just wanted to.
What? Be a white knight? I can take care of myself, Sean.
Bro, that guy would have beat you down.
I can see the white knight comment. My thought is that it's a little white, because like white knighting is usually this idea of like usually not women, like usually men coming in to like try to save the day, try to save a woman, right? Like I'm gonna be your white knight. And I've realized that's interesting. That's like a weird thing for it to be thrown my way, because I'm like, but I'm not a guy. So it's weird for me to hear that myself. But I realize that the character that I'm playing is the guy. It's like I was trying to help. I guess? I don't know. This is a lot. I just expect Daniel to know these drug references.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Wow. That's not passive
I'm not your
aggressive.
way, right?
No, we're sorry. We just...
You don't get paid to be late. Next time you won't be. Listen up. I need 2 teams today. Finn, Penny, Anders, and what's your name will clean up the mess from the storm. The rest of you get to sit and trim.
Like I want to go pick up a bunch of shit all over the camp.
Hey, you want to trade places?
Shut up, Daniel.
You got a deal, kid.
Yeah! I get to go outside.
Hey! You guys still don't get it. This is work, not a goddamn summer camp. You're not special.
I see that you have not met Daniel, but whatever. Whoever this character is, they hold a lot of power. I don't see a lot of these characters making eye contact or looking up to him. Like, Meryl talks as though they have a lot of power. But that doesn't mean we have a lot of power. Like, we see that all the time where people are, at that point, we usually call them just, like, cocky or arrogant, right? So just because we talk, like, we have power, doesn't mean we have it. But if we look at how everybody else interacts or reacts to them, they react as though Meryl has power. And I don't know whether that's because they have the power to, like, fire these people, or whether there's more to that, because I can't help but think about the missing posters, and that's not great. And Meryl, I'm assuming, like, has hired Big Joe, and Big Joe works for Meryl, and, like, Big Joe has guns. Guns. A lot of guns. Oh! But, like, nobody makes eye contact, and Meryl is allowed to make these passive-aggressive comments, and nobody calls Meryl on it. Nobody challenges Meryl at all. This is, I think, one of the few times where Sean is very actively avoiding eye contact. It's not even, like, with a curious type of eye contact. It is very actively, like, don't look at me. Don't draw attention, like that kind of lack of eye contact. I mean, all of these things give me this impression that, like, whatever Meryl does here has power, which implies that this is not a person we want to piss off. Not only that, but, like, Big Joe, both of these people are very scary people that we do not want to piss off. I just love that comment then where it's like, you're not special. It's like, Daniel would beg to differ, but again, if you have power, do we want to tell you that? Probably not. We probably want to keep that in our own back pocket. All the more reason to not show the powers around these people. The gun part makes me nervous too. We have already lost our dad, our dog, and our friend. Let's not lose anybody else.
There are dozens of hippies like yourselves begging for work in the next town.
Everybody
Kid,
avoids eye contact.
Your dad should teach you to shut your mouth.
Wow. Except Daniel.
Finn, you better watch your guys.
Of course,
Finn.
boss. No problem.
Okay, so move it.
Yeah, you heard the man. Stop fucking around and get in your teams, all right?
They didn't give us any time to do anything.
Hold up.
Oh, shit.
You and me are gonna talk.
Great.
Remember, I'm only letting you and your brother work here because Finn put in a good word.
I know. We really appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, no ass kissing, please. Just watch out. Next time your brother fucks up, you're both gone ASAP. Look, I'm not trying to bust your balls, but this is a pot farm and he's a fucking kid.
No shit. Look at how he avoids eye contact, though, that body language.
You hear
Like,
me?
Sean crumbles around this person. Completely crumbles. But we've also just learned that whatever Daniel is doing potentially with his powers is putting this job at risk, and this job is the most money that they've gotten up until this point. So that, I imagine, puts a lot more pressure on it. The whole situation as far as, like, powers and this whole idea of just listen, just follow the rules, that kind of thing. I say that as though these are reasonable people. Like, I say that because Big Joe, like, snaps at them. And he's like, come on, get in your teams. It's like, there's been no time to do anything. Don't snap at me. Don't snap at me about this when I haven't had time to do the thing I've been told to do. It's like if a parent were to say, like, go clean your room, and it's like, and then literally a second later is like, why haven't you cleaned your room? And it's like, bitch, hopefully we don't say bitch to our parents, right? It's like, bitch, you just told me to do it. I haven't had time to do the thing you told me to do. That's what Big Joe reminds me of, which kind of feels like unpredictable and like we're going to get consequences that we don't quite deserve. That doesn't feel great. This whole change of attitude, though, makes me a little nervous about what happens here and how Daniel will handle things, especially because Daniel won't be with us, I think. Maybe he will. I think the trading means that he won't be. Whew, it's a lot. Thanks again, or got it? Thanks again?
Totally. Thank you again.
Didn't you hear me? I don't speak kiss ass.
Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
I'll keep him out of the way.
You better. This business has enough shit already.
Shit isn't like the kind of shit you need guns for. I guess you don't need, but you get my point. Or shit isn't like fertilizer. I also find it interesting, this idea of like, when do we consider eye contact and saying thanks something that is respectful, or when do we consider it disrespectful? Because this character has basically said, I don't want kiss ass, but like to other people saying thank you, whether that be a cultural thing or just an individual perspective thing, that would be respectful and not like a disrespectful thing. This is definitely something that varies. It's individual or a cultural thing too. Going to check on him or what kind of shit? Let's not ask a question of someone like this.
Right. I'm gonna go check on him then.
How old is he anyway?
Oh, 9. He's 9 years old.
Jeez, tough age. Gotta keep a close eye on them.
What does that mean to you? Got kids, or yeah, not easy. If we were to just look at how this character was acting, where it's like, oh yeah, like that's a tough age, that would seem like kind of a reasonable thing, but the whole, everything else combined with that makes me not want to trust that he's just like super helpful and just like commenting on parenting. Yeah, not easy.
Yeah, not an easy thing to do out here.
I don't want to ask questions.
Ain't no place for children. That's why I keep mine in New York.
Oh.
Isn't that hard?
Of course it is. But it won't be forever. Okay, I'm not your buddy. Get the fuck out of here. You got a lot of work to do today.
All right. Thank you.
It's the third time you've said thank you. After he told us not to be a kiss ass. Well, in this chapter, we might be learning a lot about this plant.
Hey. You okay?
Now for the fun part. I need this all done by tonight. No excuses. So, get on it.
You just told us that.
All right, we good?
Finn is playing boss with his crew. I told them they'd all work late if they didn't finish on time.
I hope so. Okay, I gotta make some calls.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh my gosh.
You know the drill.
Again, you just told us this.
What?
Dude, this sucks ass. I feel like I'm in prison.
I'm processing that. Anyways. Also, there's a camera. Like, they don't trust their people who are working for them, which doesn't feel like a great environment. I know, or if I look at this from the perspective of like, what is my primary goal here? If my primary goal is to build up a relationship with my brother, I feel like saying like, I know, and like validating that will help our relationship with Daniel. If my primary goal is to stay the fuck out of trouble with Meryl and Big Joe, then shushing him feels like it's better. I'm assuming we're only going to be at this farm for one chapter, so I'd rather work on my relationship with Daniel. I know.
I hear you, but we're not. This is just our job, man. We have to follow Meryl's rules. For now. Especially you.
What do you mean?
He's not into having kids around here. So don't give him any excuse to get pissed off.
Yeah, you never know with Meryl. He can be cool, but scary when he loses his shit.
Okay, jeez. I'm not doing anything bad.
Look, I know you guys are having the time of your life here, but I'm not. So shut your mouth and give me some quiet, for fuck's sake, okay?
Well, why do you stick around then?
None of your damn business. But I'd be long gone if I had the chance. Trust me.
These are fun characters. I mean, not the people that we're working with, but like Big Joe, real fun. 10 out of 10 would recommend. All of that is very sarcastic. Big Joe is not fun. He's a real asshole.
All right, man. Just pick a bud and get to it.
I guess. Oh no. I actually have to do this. I'm gonna be terrible at this. I was expecting, oh no, I was expecting the trimming to be like on the plant kind of trimming. Not like this kind of trimming. Cassidy, what are you doing? You're not trimming. You were like eavesdropping and not trimming.
Look at all these buds.
Oh, this is nothing. Last spring we were trimming about 2 or 3 pounds a day.
Whoa. That's a lot.
Yep. Had to work overnight all the time. 15 hours straight once.
Yeah, trying to forget. I was done with Kush after that.
Whoa. We are lucky.
Right, and then your arms fall off. Fuck all that.
How does Daniel not know these terms by now? Like after hearing people talk about it. Daniel, you need to be working too. There you go. I just see him out of the corner of my eye. Pick one up. Ugh.
You get any reception, Big Joe?
This place is a cell killer.
Oh, of course.
Going too fast. Take your time, dude.
I'm trying. I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, gosh. Is it like anywhere within the circle? I just kind of assumed that it was like...
Ouch! Shit.
Ooh. You okay, sweetie?
Dude, I told you 1,000 times. Focus.
I didn't know that was going to chew him out. I'm sorry.
Okay. Jeez.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
Sorry, Sean.
I'm sorry.
Gotta
Oh, so it's anywhere within
focused.
this. Well, if that's the case, I can focus more. Is this all I'm doing here?
My ass hurts. Fuck, this is really boring.
Oh, poor baby. That's the job. Don't think, just work.
Okay. Just don't ask me to smile for the camera all day long.
Yeah, the camera.
You could be taking orders for fries and burgers.
I don't think so.
Then be glad you're here.
Is this seriously all I'm doing in this part? Or am I supposed to be looking around?
Damn,
for something else?
Sean. We really need to do something about your hair.
What? What's wrong with my hair?
Yeah, what's wrong with my hair?
Me? It's hiding your pretty face. I can't allow that.
Come on. It's not that bad. Just
a mess. Yes. But worry not. We've got everything to take care of it at the camp.
yeah. We'll
You can
see.
get dreads.
Gotta be more focused.
What? I didn't miss one. Is this all really done by hand?
Hey. Meryl here. Sure. Yeah.
But for real, though, if you could snap your fingers and go anywhere.
Cassidy,
Hey.
we get it. Over and over.
Hey, come on.
You don't want to be here.
Give me a break. I can't.
So what?
So I'm allowed to dream a little? You won't get hurt. Promise. What about Louisiana?
Why
Must be
Louisiana?
so sweet this time of year.
Okay, man.
Dream bigger?
Come on. Dream big. I'd like to see the pyramids. Or the top of Mount Fuji.
Sean Diaz, global traveler.
Yeah. Stalking Humboldt.
Bitch, bitch, bitch. Nobody's making you babies work here.
Nobody's
You guys are
making
all
you
the
stay
same.
here.
Cool, let's be trimmigrants. Then you barely work for a month. This is my life.
Come here for a sec.
Shit. It's always something.
What's this?
Damn. Can you folks put a lid on it? We got shit to do here.
Whoa, whoa.
So
Down.
it's a souvenir.
Easy for you to say, cowgirl.
Gotta be
Some of
more
us have to work.
focused.
Please. I bust my ass like everybody else.
Uh-huh. Don't even. You're always looking for an excuse.
Ooh, it's 420. Hey, Sean, let's talk.
Ow, my arm hurts. Wah, wah.
Get off my crack, Hannah. We've been stuck out here for 2 months. I didn't come out to California to live on a fucking farm. I want
Gotta
to
be more
see
focused.
some water. Are we gonna squat out here forever? Build a house? What?
Stop! You know we voted to stay for a while. Once it's legal, we ain't got no more job here.
So not legal yet. This, I feel like I'm just like sitting in on drama. Like if you're people watching and you just hear
I'm just over
drama.
this place.
Then go! Take the fuck off. If we're a family, we stick together. You're on the bus, we're off the bus.
Thanks,
Gotta be
Mom.
more focused.
Anything else?
Yeah. But we don't have the time.
Did you fall out of the wrong side of the tent or what?
That's not my
Shit.
problem,
You're
Joseph.
clueless.
You know the drill.
So much drama.
Yeah, sure. Fuck this shit.
Hannah, sorry.
I know. Hey, I don't want to fight. Been a long, crappy week.
Just keep it fucking down in here, okay?
This is awkward. You would smell like that all day. That smell would just stick to you. And the puppy.
Cheer up, my little Sean. Trust me, it's not as bad as you think. Other farms in the area just straight down exploit your ass. Look at these baby soft hands.
Trimming sucks. At least I didn't cut myself again today.
Oh, you'll get scars, but you'll get it. Part of the fun. And sexier.
Is this
Later,
idea
Big Joe.
just because it's not as
Smile,
bad as other
asshole.
places means it's
So,
not
did
bad?
you have a good day at work, honey?
The girls are cool. Daniel whined or family clash. Ooh, family clash.
I did. Love the Jerry Springer moment when Hannah and Cass started picking on each other.
Yeah. They love to start shit with each other. Then get high. Short-term memory loss.
How was your day? Meryl was pissed. Cass is a TV show. I don't feel like shitting on anybody, so how was your
How
day?
was your day? Did you have fun outside?
Nope. Picked up branches and shit. Got covered in mud. Would not recommend.
Still sounds better than sitting on your ass all day.
I feel you, Sean. As always. That's why you're such a good fit for the family.
You totally hooked us up. A job, cash, friends, safety.
Sean, everybody's cool with you two. Daniel is your secret weapon.
I don't know. He's way too young for this bullshit.
You gotta be zen about this. The more you try and control him, the less you have.
That's
Deep,
very true.
Huh? I swear, he acts just like me. That's how I know he's smart. He's also got a kick-ass hermano. Yeah, my brothers are like that.
So what's your story? Or he doesn't listen to me. Yeah, let's ask more about this character. What's your story?
So, what's your story? I mean, you don't have to tell me, but...
Yeah, I was pretty lucky. My parents were okay. I had 3 big brothers who spoiled me.
Aw, you were the baby boy?
Like Daniel. But my family was kind of messed up. My dad was like a front for hot cars. Yeah. He'd steal, strip, and sell them. My brothers and I helped him. You know, typical shit.
Yeah.
Till we got busted. Fucking feds wanted me and my brothers to testify. But my dad narked on us instead.
Whoa!
Damn, Finn. That sucks. What happened?
I went to jail. When I got out, I was like, fuck everybody. So I hit the road, Jack. And anyways, I found a cooler family out here. You know, I love traveling, checking out new things. Yeah, never gets old.
Wow. I mean, I've said before that our family doesn't have to just be blood related. We can have a family that we create, that we choose for ourselves. Sometimes that can be really hard to do in reality. But to have our family, like our father, our parents are supposed to ideally be incredibly safe people who love and protect us and look out for us. Because essentially when we're growing up, we can't do that for ourselves. But then to have a parent betray us like that can be so incredibly difficult. I mean, that can be extremely traumatic. Because then it's like, everything that I have pictured as safe is not safe anymore.
Going to Mexico is the ultimate road trip.
Not to Daniel if we make it there. Not if we make it there.
If we make it there, dude, who knows? It's pretty scary. So fucking far.
Hey, it is. But you have time and a strong, will. Yeah. Nothing can stop you from going there. It will be all right, Sean. Don't worry. Okay. Therapy's over.
Oh, yeah. I gotta move those water tanks for the shower and stuff.
It's cool. You're doing your part, Sean.
Finally. Glad I can help.
That joke about it being therapy. I was just thinking to myself right before he said that. It's like, I like this character, right? He's saying a lot of very reasonable things. The idea of like, you don't have to rush. You don't have to go to Mexico right now. I like all of that. And it's very true. But that also makes me wonder what he says to Daniel. So when he has Daniel out alone on his own, throwing the knives, that part I'm kind of iffy on. Like the very practical way they're spending their time together. But when he has Daniel out on his own, what is he telling Daniel? Is he telling Daniel the same thing? As far as you don't have to rush to get to Mexico. Or like, you know, who knows? Because that kind of advice was very much tailored to Sean. But what would Daniel be sharing with this character? And what would Finn be telling Daniel? So that also kind of explains to me, at least, why Daniel would have shared such a strong connection with this character. Because, like, this character gets me. Like, Finn gets me. And he says things that I like. And he sees me for who I am. Like, that's a very strong connection thing right there. To be heard and validated and understood. So I like this character a lot. Having said that, we have chores to do.
Hannah, how long ago did you come here to Humboldt for work?
9 years. I left Santa Fe because it was hell. No money, nobody. Hitched north, worked on farms, learned how to trim. Had to bail after some tweaker tried to attack me up in Arcata.
What? That is awful, Hannah.
I almost killed that fuck. But I came back to Humboldt because of Finn.
I wonder, like, Meryl or whatever his name was, commented where it's like, oh, this is like too young of work for Daniel. And like, I kind of agree, but you know, the whole situation with this family is not great, not ideal. We wouldn't choose it anyways. So here we are, we're gonna deal with what we have. There are so many like adult words or like drug references that I imagine Daniel's been exposed to. Just like Cheech and Chong things from Big Joe. Which, like, how do you explain that to a kid? Anyways. Like, you can't even make the Dave's Not Here reference. Like, they wouldn't get... Anyways. How would you explain, like, all these other terms? Like, 420, Kush, Tweaker. It's, like, not a great term. Right? But here we are, like, but then I picture, I think a lot of learning, like, these type of, I guess, slang terms as something where a kid goes up to an adult and they're like, hey, I heard this term, what does it mean? That must be so incredibly awkward for whoever has to explain these terms to Daniel, just repeatedly, where it's like, oh, well, at least for some of these terms, Daniel has to have been exposed to so many drug-related terms where it's like, why do you have a grinder? What is a joint? Oh my gosh. So much. There would have been so many of those questions. Oh gosh. And to the point where maybe even Sean, because we know from like the very, very beginning of the game that Sean smoked, right? He had the weed, he had a pipe, but like the level of this feels different. Like some of this would be new to Sean. Like, and then would Sean have had the vulnerability to ask someone like Finn where it's like, hey Finn, what does this mean? Which is just like a natural part of growing up, but it still feels really awkward sometimes. And sometimes we feel like a bit of imposter syndrome where it's like, I feel like I should know this stuff, but I don't.
Had this sweet deal with Meryl.
It is nicer here than other places we saw. Too many junkies and homeless.
They go together sometimes. No home, get high. What the fuck else are you gonna do on the street?
Clean it up. We see so much trash in the forest around here. California is very green, but starting to look like shit.
Not everybody has time to fucking recycle or compost their shit. Especially when you live off the grid.
We all should try. It's everybody's planet too.
But sometimes like recycling and all those other things can feel like a privilege thing. If we're worried about like food, water, shelter, sometimes we don't have that capacity in our brain hole to worry about recycling.
Sweden is not perfect, but
These,
we
like,
try to be more eco-conscious.
Different philosophical differences.
Tourists talking shit again. Like you guys have it so hard.
We did not say that we did.
Tell me again how many hours you spent on a plane during your awesome trip around the world? And then you come crying about hobos spreading garbage in the forest?
Good point.
Now you're here sponging off us trash on an illegal pot farm with a tourist visa, lecturing us. Funny, right?
Hannah, I'm sorry. We were not trying to lecture you. We are grateful we found that job and that you let us stay in the camp with you guys.
I know. We're cool.
Do you hate us now?
You're funny. Don't worry. You'd know if I hated you. Is my family right here. These 3 gutter punks. The rest, none of my business.
Very much insider group and outsider group. Oh, hey, Daniel. I assume you heard all of that too. Whew. Okay. Pick up? Oh my gosh, this is heavy.
Let's get these over to the kitchen and shower.
Both of
One
them?
step at a time, Sean.
How did you teleport?
Oh, I think I will miss it here.
Same.
Every
But
time.
we can't resist the wanderlust. Plus, Portland's waiting for us.
Every time I see
think
someone
I'll take a nap.
blonde whose name is Anders, I
Me
think of Dragon
too.
Age.
I'm exhausted after today.
No, you're Anders. I just said that. Okay. This is heavy.
Almost done.
How is it? How is it that when I try to get Daniel to clean his own room, not even do dishes for everybody else, clean his own room, when we were at our grandparents, he was like, no, you. But now Daniel's like, I'm gonna do my chores as is expected of me. And he's already doing them. Just like first thing. What is it? What magical powers does Finn have? Is it like the fact that, like, we haven't seen this, so like it's hard to really know, but is it the fact that like Finn like has had conversations with Daniel and like really sat down and like had talked about all this stuff and like why the chores are needed and like the consequences of not having chores? I don't know. But like this is like character development that we're seeing in front of us. Like go Daniel. Offer to help or ask for. Let's offer to help.
Need 2 more hands, Dishmaster?
No thanks. Almost done. I'll
Fair
meet you
enough.
at the lake for my training.
Okay, then.
That's right. We offered to do that. Dishes.
I actually never helped him with the dishes back in Seattle. But everything's different now.
So like we didn't offer to help with dishes in Seattle, but like he didn't do his room. I guess I took that as like he didn't do any of his chores, which I guess doesn't necessarily mean that that's the case. I still feel like there's character development though. Okay, so
Let's
we're
carry that one to the shower.
yeah. How bad would it be to drop this? Can I run? I can walk, with a little more pep in my step.
Gotta put that one near the shower.
I know, but the shower's like way over here.
Damn. Trimming is hard.
I
Why do
bet.
these guys keep coming back?
I imagine the same way a lot of people come back after like physical labor. This feels like a good place to stop. So we've seen a full day of like what work is currently like for these characters, as far as like often labor intensive with extremely demanding bosses. Like Big Joe is a lot and like doesn't want to be there, so kind of like takes it out on other people. And Meryl is like the villain that is scary because they're quiet type of thing. And I don't like it. I don't like the situation. I don't like it. It's one of those things where it's like, I didn't like them being on their own and camping on their own, but I would much rather that than this because of those factors. But I'm also really intrigued to see how it'll play out. And I hope nobody gets hurt. Oh, I hope. Anyways, so much drug stuff. A lot of drug stuff. But I would love to hear your thoughts on the game and the video, and I will see you next time.